Hello. Oh, July. What is the dates? July. Okay. Type Shnova. Good morning. Thank you. Yeah, I would. No, I was trying to put I put, whenever I go, I'm about to have a convention, I like to put my shop on vacation mode that Wednesday. So that way there's not like a pop. Sometimes I get people that do like pop up sales, like they'll do a sale for me. Um, they'll buy something for me like on a Wednesday or Thursday. And I usually have 2 to 5 business days turnaround. And I'm a person that if the bag's fully made, I like to get the packages out right away. So if it's like just sitting and waiting, it will drive me absolutely nuts. Why I'm at the conventions. So let's see. Good morning. It is Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, and I just dropped Hope off at her first summer camp thingy. She's not excited about it, but she's only there until 12, so it's not very long. It's from like 8:30 to 12. Very fast. Good morning. So yesterday I did get a few bags done. I had a really good time with the fam. I was watching. I like to watch Stranger Things during 4th of July. I don't know why. It's a weird thing I've been doing for the past couple years. So I was rewatching season 4. I have like one episode still left. I've seen it already, but it's like the really, like I'm an episode and a half away from being done. Um, and I need to I'm trying to make 2 bags today. I know that's really, really, a big, tall order. If I can get 2 bags done today and 1 tomorrow, I will be happy. Hey. So yeah, I'm trying to get 2 bags done today. So, there's a couple things going on. One, I'm not going to have a video this Friday. There's just, I decided not to put myself in that stressful situation. Even doing something short, I like to make sure that I have good camera angles and my mic's working and Kindle editing. I'm focusing straight on this convention. I don't know that. Okay, so I know that there's going to be some Battlegate stars that are going to be there and some other stars from different things, and I wanted to make bags that represented them, but I don't know yet. I don't know, because yesterday the bag that I made, the Lola I made, it came out so good that I really want to make another Lola. Like, so yeah, no, okay. So Friday, no video. What I'm trying to do is Hope's going to be with me. So what I'm trying to do on Friday is while we're setting up, if Hope can film me showing like how I set up, like when it's set up and what cages and what kind of light system I use. So that way, if you are someone that is looking into doing vending, whether it is at a Comic-Con or I'm telling you guys, whoever lives in Texas, these horse shows you're missing out on. There's a horse show thing up here, and they're always trying to get me to go. And whenever I do go, I sell out of my leather bags like no one's business. There's so many different avenues. Like if you're doing a boutique, if you have a little stand in a boutique, how you want to set up. I'm not the best setter upper. I don't have. I'm not really good with branding. I'm not. That's why I always admire other people's branding techniques, because it's not a strong suit. And hopefully what I plan on doing is maybe in the month of August I can get a couple people that I like their branding, and see if they can talk about that, because I know I've got messages asking me about it, and I suck. I am the recycled paper brown person, because I don't know what my personal aesthetic is when it comes down to branding. I I do like how recycled paper looks though. Even my cards are on business cards. I don't know why, it's my niche. Yes, I'm going to show you the Lola. So also on Friday the 7th, Backstitch has their round. Now, I know some of you guys are like, Shanova, I'm not into fandom stuff, because they're going to have Villains Sketchy, which is one of my favorites, because I love the villains of like any kind of story, because without their villains, there couldn't be heroes. So they're going to have Villains, and they're going to have Showtime, which is Beetlejuice, which again, anyone knows me knows I'm a huge Tim Burton fan. Now, if you're like, Shanova, I don't like any of that stuff, they have coordinating prints. So what I got this time was called Matte Opulent. It's like a matte onyx. It is the prettiest matte vinyl I've ever worked with that is black. I already know, seriously, that's going to be in my cart. If anything else, it will be that. They also have like a new quilted print that is a Mickey Mouse, and I wanted to show you that because I haven't made anything with it yet. I was thinking about making it today, but I'm not too sure if I'll have the time. So I wanted to show you. It is directional for the Mickey Mouse heads, but it's already pre-quilted. It's thin, so you can fold, but they have it in so many colors. Like the purple and the hunter green are absolutely gorgeous. This is Dandelion. Good morning. So this is Dandelion. I know, I thought it was like when you want to do like low-key Disney, but not have like a whole bunch. And look at how the little diamond structures are. So that's one thing they're going to have. And I'm going to show you one of the 2 bags that I made today. Just one of them. I'll show you another one yet tomorrow. This is super not in my wheelhouse. Okay, you all know I love Tim Burton. So I literally had to go into my what would Tim Burton make kind of scenario. And I think I did him proud. Okay. So this is the matte black that I'm talking about. It is so soft, so gorgeous, and it's onyx. And I used it for the handles too. And this is water resistant canvas. And this is my Tim Burton dream bag. I feel like I would do him proud on this. And so I used stitching, contrasting stitching, but this is the matte. That's going in my cart on Friday. I think I'm going to get 4 yards of the matte black onyx because it is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's like smooth and it's not like sticky, but look, it just like really, it like pops out color compared to like, it's just really pretty. And this is water resistant canvas. So there's no, only vinyl is the matte black. Oh, thank you. I love Tim Burton, so I was like, this has to come together. I don't like him as a person. He's done a lot of douchey stuff, but I like his mind, like Nightmare Before Christmas, you know, Willy Wonka, all that stuff, and of course Beetlejuice. And I mean, Wednesday. Hello, can we not talk about that for a minute? Like, Wednesday was brilliant. So yeah, that is this, and I used some spikes. I was really excited about the spikes. Only thing I'm worried about is that I have this vision that a kid's going to pick this up and swing it. I don't know why, but that keeps playing in the back of my mind. So on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, Backstitch will open up their round to their strikes and their bags. So they have, again, Showtime, which is Beetlejuice, and Disney Villains, but they have like 2 matte fabrics and 5 vinyls that are coordinating. And I'm not going to even lie to you, the last couple of rounds I've been buying their coordinating fabrics because they're really pretty vinyls. So just wanted you to see that and have a little bit of oh yeah, I stitched sandworms on the bottom of the bag. I don't think I've showed that to anyone, not even in the group. So there's sandworms. I feel like if I'm going to go Tim Burton, I'm going to go hardcore Tim Burton. So then the one that I posted, the one I made yesterday, I love Lord of the Ring, and I watched Ring of Power. I've watched it twice. It is a great show. I am like waiting for 2025 so they can show season 2. So while I was I love sandworms too. So when I was watching it, it got me to watch all the Lords of the Rings are on Max. So on Max, they have all the extended scenes, and I was like so caught up in Lords of the Ring the day before yesterday. That's why I had to make a Lord of the Rings bag today. So with this one, I used I need to get my lint roller. I used Sally Tomatoes like gray suede. It's vinyl, but this is like the nicest faux suede I've ever felt. Like I have not felt anyone that's nicer than this. It's a nice soft gray. I made accent pieces on the bottom, and this is the front. I have to lint roll it, so bear in mind. Nice purse feet on the bottom. My little signature flat roll handles. I made some nice ties for the front. I use zip ends. I made zipper tab ends. And then the inside there, of course, is your zipper pocket. And then your slip pocket. And then I always take this and wrap it up with a nice rubber band or something. But I used 3/4 of an inch on this one, matte black, all the way around. So I really love the way this turned out. So this is a panel from the Ring of Power, and I just felt like I was really feeling gray and black yesterday, and that's where I went. And I love these pieces. I normally have 3 pieces that I designed for side panels for these, and I could not find any of them because my room is chaos right now. So I drew one real quick, and I actually like the way this comes in better because it gives it a curved, like ascension waist look. So I really like how that came out. Thanks. Yeah, I couldn't find the normal accent pieces that I have, but so I just drew some out real quick. And it has a nice firm bottom. It came out really pretty. Now I want to make another one, but I'm like, okay, I have this one for with cork in mind, the rainbow iridescent kind of cork, and rainbow Lord of the Ring fabric, but I just don't want to go just like hardcore Lord of the Ring. I'm trying to have a little bit of everything there. So yes, the extended versions are gorgeous. Like I didn't own one of them on Blu-ray where it had like the extended versions, and they have the extended versions on Max. They have the regular ones and the extended versions. I was literally stuck on stupid. I was so excited about watching all of these and seeing things I'd never seen before. I read the books. I love the TV series. I love the movie series. I even like the little cartoons that they used to show back in the day at school. But yeah, but this is from the TV series Ring of Power, and I just really like how it came out. It's super elegant. It's made with all foam, so it's really, really light. So whoever gets this, they're not going to be like weighed down on it. So yeah, I was actually going to put these Long John Black Johns, but the thing is something happened. I don't know what happened. Like the back of it, the screws wouldn't screw in, no matter what. So I just went with it, what I felt. And then while Kendall was doing the smoked salmon, I made a really quick other bag. If you ever are in like a sojo slump and you're like, I just want to make a quick bag, not a pouch, I'm telling you, the Camille or Cami from Georgia Girl Stitch, it's a fast sew. Like from cut to finish, it's a fast sew. And so I made this. This is, so I have leather accents, cork, and this is light pink leather trim. And then I have little sits for Studio Ghibli. It's a nice make, nice cotton webbing that's pink that I wrapped the straps in pink leather. We have our zipper pocket, and we have a slip pocket. So it's a very simplistic bag. If you've been wanting to dabble with a little bit of leather, this is like the bag, because like this is a very thin sky leather that you can get like at a lot of leather stores. They're like very thin. They're thinner than uh, marine vinyl and a lot of vinyls, and it can just give you little hints of pop of colors. And this is just like a light chocolate brown cork. So I did those two. So I don't know what two bags I'm making now. I kind of want to make um another Lola, because Lolas come together. Lolas take me a long but short time. I know that sounds like it is an oxymoron. It's fast to cut out, but like to make sure that I have everything like to perfections, where like these are completely pointed out, like nothing's sunken in. Um it takes me a little while. Good morning. Yeah, I seen that. I've seen the tissue wrapping paper. I've actually even looked at like getting it printed like at Vistaprint. It's not very expensive. I usually wrap, like Kendall does my wrapping, and what we do is we wrap it in nice beautiful brown, like the recycling paper, and we'll have like the brown like recycling bows, and everything is just the recycling paper. Even my cards, like my business cards, are on recycling paper. I don't know. I like the brown craft paper look. I don't know why. I also seen one time where this person sent me something, and theirs looked like decoupage, and I was like, that is super cool. But it's really weird because my two personal aesthetics sometimes don't meet. Like I'm super nerdy, as you can obviously see, but then I have this thing where I like vintage wear, like vintage stuff from like 1920s to 1960s. I like to make corsets, so like I always try to merge the two, but it's really difficult. I don't, if you have fusible foam, just don't fuse it and use it like a sew-in. I don't like fusible foam because there's something, I don't know, when once you adhere it and the glue settles or whatever, somehow when it crinkles or wrinkles, the wrinkles are almost darn near possible to like iron out. So I just use regular Bayani foam and I sew around it. There's a couple other foams that I do like too. One is called, I have it in one of my lists. It's called like, not our foam, it's something else style, and the only place you can get it is at like the sewing store, because it's like a UK brand. And then Decaville Light, actually Decaville company itself, the German company, has a foam too. And again, you only can get it over in like the UK or whatever. I like that foam too, but for here in the States, it's I only use Bayani. I know. I'm really pumped up for this. I got tomorrow. I'm going to ask you guys to help me pick out what bags I should put in the art show. I could put up to five. I'm thinking I'm going to do four. Um, the only reason why I'm doing four instead of five or three to four is because again, when you do the art show, so you can go into the to this convention, you can do a silent auction, or it's like writing an auction, and then at the end of the convention, they give the person their bag, but the convention itself collects the money, and they take like a real low fee. It's like 2%. I think it's like, if that, I think it's like a 2% fee or a $20 fee, one of them. And but they cut you a check. They don't cut you a check immediately. They cut you a check within 3 to 4 weeks. And I am really impatient when it comes down to getting my money. I'm not gonna fake the funk. So I'm only gonna put a couple pieces in there, and then the rest I'm gonna put in on my little area. I'm hoping I have a corner booth. I did get one chair, one director chair that sits higher. I love learning from other people. So like for the past couple years, I've always seen a few people have chairs that were higher than the table. And it literally makes sense because if you're sitting like right here and you have all this big cage, no one is seeing your body from here to here. So the higher up you sit, you can get direct eye contact with someone because they're standing and you're in the same like eye line as them, and you can have more communication. So I got one. I'm going to try to get the second chair today or tomorrow for Hope. If not, then she has to roll with the little chair. She's a newbie, but she's already jealous because the chairs have like cup holders. I'm like, this is going to be a game changer for my conventions. Okay. I use Biannies too. I use Biannies a lot. But yeah, my Biannies is like my favorite, but my the second close contender, I just have the form here too, is a foam that is only sold by like one of these sewing stores. When I try to find it on Amazon or the manufacturer, I can't. It's only sold through this particular sewing store. It's a little bit on the more pricier side, but it is Bianni's is like 1/4 of an inch thick. Theirs is 3/8 of an inch. So when I sew with it, my quilting is like bubbling up, popping, and it makes a difference. I do keep it definitely out of my seam allowance because 3/8 of an inch is you're messing out when you put two sides together. Now you have an additional 1/4 of an inch thicker on one side if you think about it. Because normally Bianni's is 1/4 of an inch thick, and she advised you to zigzag stitch on the edges so that way you can decompress it. Now this one is 3/8 of an inch thicker, so it just makes it makes my quilting even more just pop off even more. Yeah, I think I definitely do the Hitchhiker. Kendall wants me to do the Han Solo one because he thinks them being side by side is a great thing. I was definitely thinking about Beetlejuice because it is something definitely out of my wheelhouse that I usually use more muted colors or not something that's so bright and vivid. But yes, he was taking pictures of all the bags and he was just like, "Holy heck!" So now I'm just trying to figure out my last three pieces. One for Battlestar Galactica, and then I was thinking about doing either Supernatural or something Disney. Because ironically enough, I don't have in this collection of bags that I'm bringing. I don't have a lot of Disney at all. Like at all. Like I was like, and there's always someone that loves, the Diz. I don't have I don't have the store information right now in front of me. It's a smaller sewing thing. Hopefully when I do a haul or do like what do I buy kind of thing, I can put all that information. But yeah, if you just look for foam that is 3/8 of an inch thicker, which you probably could find at a boating store or boating supply store, um, or even a car detailing thing, it just is a little bit thicker. If you do a half an inch, I just tell you to make sure to be really cognizant about your measurements because when you quilt, it takes away some of the inches and some of the measurements, and it can reduce the size of your panel tremendously if you use something that thick. I haven't done a half inch, but I've done 3/8 of an inch, and it's personal preference on that one. Um, but yes, you can get different ones to make your quilting pop off even more. And then you also have to see if your machine likes it. Because my little Juki, it does not like 3/8 of an inch. I don't know what it is. No matter if I have a bigger needle or whatever, it just keeps catching like the netting underneath, and it just doesn't like it. It could be because it's just too thick for that machine. Um, but but my Bernina loves it. It makes zero sense. But I also have this thing where my Bernina only likes 40 weight, and same with my smaller Juki. I don't know if it's just like a mental roadblock for myself. But yeah, I cannot get 70 weight in either one of those threads, no matter what I try, like 40 weight at the bottom or whatever. It does not work. But yeah, my Bernina loves the 3/8 of inch, and it quilts so nice. Those stitches are like on point, like chef's kiss. Um, so today I was thinking about I'm thinking about making either the Amber from um Georgia Girl Stitch. Her patterns do really well for me at conventions. People like this style of bag. They like how like it looks simplistic, but yet then has something whimsical about it. They love the fact that it has leather. They like the all natural cork thing. And so whenever I'm really doing a Georgia Girl Stitch thing, I don't look into using vinyls or anything. I usually look at to getting like cork and using duck canvas in the inside and whatnot. And this bag comes together so fast, like freakishly fast. And you don't need a lot of everything. So if you're looking to play around with leather, you might want to really look into Georgia Girl Stitch, because you're not sewing these on, you're rivet them on, and so you get that look of the lush of the leather and with the mix of whimsical that you like. Because if you like tulip pink fabric, then you can have a nice, tulip pink print right up here, like, oh god, like I'm about to break the bank because I am going to buy those my pirate girls. I love my pirate girls. So this is like the original. Someone made me a cup out of it, and I love this cup with all my heart because I love me the Pirate Girls, and I'm waiting for I think it launches the day before my birthday, and I still haven't pre-ordered it. I need to pre-order that because I want 2 yards of everything. I have no idea what I'm going to make. I definitely would like to have a bag for myself, and I would love to have a quilt with it. I'm not like that is my favorite tulip pink line, and the Elizabethan, the two-door round. Those two are like my favorite. Yeah, most pattern designers, like if you look at swoon patterns, if you were doing the Lola, they in the pattern it tells you to zigzag stitch around the edge of the foam so that can decompress it. So like when you're cutting out your pieces, you have your main panel piece and then you have your stabilizer pieces. And like the Lola, it's foam. So in the directions, if you pull it up, Alicia says to zigzag stitch around it to decompress it. So that way, if it somehow slips into your seam allowance, it's not too bulky. The pattern does have cutouts that you can use for the Georgia Girl Stitch. I actually have these as templates. The moment they were available at templates, I make like at least 4 of these a month, if not more. They have but there is cut. They're cut to I'm right here. They're cut to sew templates. The only thing that you will get template wise that you print out is the zipper facings. Everything else is just cut, and she shows you how to cut things out and to punch the holes. Or if you're not using leather, she even gives you an alternative way to use vinyl or cork. But yes, everything's cut to, you have to measure to cut, not actual pattern pieces templates. Um, and it's not that hard. Her measurements are not like ridiculous, like 3/4 by 7/8 of an inch. Like you're like, holy hell. They're like 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch by 5 inches. So it's easy. Um, I never really think Pellon is thicker than by Annie. I've had both of them by comparison, and I feel like Pellon is more denser, so it does compress better. There's not I'll show you. Oh, hold on. Wait. Yeah. So this is by Annie. So one by Annie's foam is different than Pellon. So there is an excessive amount of air that Annie's Pellon produces. I don't know what it is, but I'm always amused by it. But you can hear the air come out, and as it slowly comes up. It's the weirdest thing because the Pellon one doesn't do that for me. It doesn't hold as much air. So I feel like it's more dense. But Not like they're both 1/4 of an inch thick, supposedly. Paper adhesive, but oh, the paper don't no. Oh my god. So the adhesive foam, let me first of all, you can get that adhesive foam at Michael's. You can get it at Lowe's, Home Depot, because it's the same thing as they use for hardwood floors. Now, does it have a place? Hell yeah, because Maggie 55 has been talking about that for like 5 years. A matter of fact, if you go in her group, she has someone that is here in the U.S. that sells it. Now, let me be perfectly clear with this, okay? There's a time and a place. Just like there's a time and a place for Decovil Light and Decovil Heavy, for Pellon, for stiff stuff, there's a time and a place. If you're not birthing that bag, use that foam. Yeah, cool. Especially if you're doing a drop-in. Do it. Make your life easier. But if you're doing something where you're turning in and out a bag, no. 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 Because if the adhesive adhere doesn't like comes off and it doesn't stick again, you have a piece of flapping interface inside your bag that is not attached to absolutely anything. Second, again, if you turn it and then the wrinkles and creases and like the glue holds onto the fabric and you got now a permanent crease, or now you have to rip off this thing and try to gracefully put another piece in through a pocket or opening, that is not cool, man. Don't save yourself the worries, trouble on that. Now, where I do like having adhesive foam, something like this, like on my handles. My handles, if you're in Patreon, you already know how I showed you how I do my rolled handle flats that has cushion here. I use it sometimes in here because it's not getting turned. It's not gonna go anywhere. But would I use it in this part? Hell to the no. I'm like, no. This gets turned out either through a pocket or a lining, and it's already bad enough that this has a weird dome shape. No, no, don't do it. Or if you, I mean, you could do it, but I'm just be like, oh, Shinova did warn me. It's kind of like when I see people like Decovil Light made this wrinkly. Yeah, dude, you birthed it through a pocket, right? I love foam. Good morning. There's definitely a time and a place for adhesive. I do think it's really awesome. And again, if you are a Maggie 55 lover, she has been talking about adhesive foam forever. And one of her, I don't know if I have it around. Okay, so I messed up horribly on this bucket bag. So it's became my bucket bag full of stuff. Okay. In this bucket bag, I never finished. Okay, so don't judge me. Okay. This is leather and gold. In this Loki one, there is adhesive foam inside here because the pattern calls for it. But it's a drop-in lining. So when I top stitch this, there's no birthing. So it's okay to have that foam in there. This has now became a tool bag, so I didn't go for waste. I ran out of grommets. I swear to you, I counted all the grommets. Then I just didn't order any, and I keep forgetting, so it holds tools and rulers for me now. It's cute, though. See, Loki? But yeah, Maggie 55 has been talking about that. She actually has somebody, I'm trying to figure out if I see the name, but she has someone that she goes to here in the US to get it. But I usually get my foam from, you can get it at Michael's, again, Lowe's, Home Depot, anywhere there's flooring or anything where there's craft projects, you can get it. I just don't think they're good for birthing or even binding bags. That's just my personal thing. Thank you, Jenny. Okay, I'm telling you, people are missing out. Foam is amazing. Like, I get it. It's bulky or whatever, but like I said, like you just see me crush this bag. This bag has spikes and everything, and it bounces right back. Like, there is that weird air quality that it has in there, which is funny to me because like even when I take pictures, sometimes I have to like kind of squish the bag, but not really, and then take pictures really fast before it inflates. It's the weirdest thing, but I actually now enjoy it. When I first had it, I was like super annoyed with it. But it's a cool thing. See, I love foam. Foam is like seriously underrated. It's somewhere that everyone can get it no matter where they live. It's not as financially as pricey as Decaville Light or Decaville Heavy. Um, and Domestic Machines can make it. Bianni makes some very, very, very complicated patterns, like the theme for everything, and she does this all on a domestic machine. So, like, I always tell people, like, if you have a domestic machine and you're trying to make great bags, look at some of these people that do make awesome bags, like Sarah Lawson, Crafty Gemini, Bianni. All these people sew on a domestic machine. Alexis from Ora Rosa, Erica from Lavender and Twine. They all do the domestic. Now, and Erica and Alexis do not like foam. They're not a foam lover, but I believe in the foam. I believe in the foam. I just feel like it gives you really good results. I don't know. I just like the way it is. And I like the fact that if my bag gets squished, it just like inflates back up. Um, yeah, I think I used foam for this one too. Wait, did I? No, I use stiff stuff from Lazy Girl Sew. Okay, so that is like my secret favorite one of my secret favorite places. My secret favorite interfacing is stiff stuff from Lazy Girl. It kind of feels like it's Peltex, but it's not. I can't explain it. It's a really weird product, but it gives me really cool results. It is not as squishy, of course, as Peltex, but let's see. It's not as squishy as Peltex, but it works. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. I love the structure too. Good morning, Teresa. I know. I actually that was my favorite part of my Mayfield was amazing because the foam, like when you could, I don't know, it just makes it more pliable and it makes it softer on the body and it's not as heavy. I don't think I think I'm gonna do a weight test on a bag that's made with Decaville Light and heavy and a bag made with foam and Peltex. The weight is crazy difference. Like the weight is crazy difference, and especially if you're making it for someone else, if they have bad shoulders or uh, whatever back, you want to just be cognizant about that before. You don't want a heavy bag before you cram all your stuff in it. Yes, foam does require some education. I agree with you 100%. I think that's why a lot of people don't want to do have it, but I'm telling you, there's a reason why. Like, if you look at some of the pattern designers that you have been in the game for over 10 years, foam is like one of the main things that they always use because it's lightweight, it's easy to obtain, it's pretty crazy. I washed my Cumberland bag that I made with backstitch lavender treats like 100 times and dry it, and it's never missed, the shape never messed up, nothing. So I don't know. I'm a lover of foam. Not to say Decaville Light and Decaville Heavy is bad. It's just that my preference is that for cost and structure. You get a really crazy structure with flexibility. It's kind of like having a rigid nail. If your nail like jams against the wall, it's going to crack and break. But if there's some kind of protection on it that makes it a little bit more flexible when it hits against the wall, it might bend and hurt, but it won't break. That's how I think of foam. Foam won't doesn't break. It will just slowly bounce back. If I use fusible foam or fusible anything, I prefer it as a drop-in lining. I mean, I don't have the same issues with Thermolam. Like I feel like I could birth a bag that's been fused with Thermolam and it'll come out fine. But I just feel like when you fuse anything really, if you there's a chance for it to crinkle and wrinkle. Trust me, I'm not the be all say all. I'm just based off of when I make stuff, and how hard it takes me to burst something. Like I don't know, like the bag that I made that you will see tomorrow. I made the other bag. I think it's called the Elvira from Bit Needles. Woo! That bag is my personal Achilles. Like the first time I made it, I cried. I was like, I am the worst bag maker ever. I made it this time. I'm super proud of it. But seriously, I broke 3 nails from that bag. It was, and then I was like, let me bind it. Oh, let me add this to it. I'm still not proud of myself, but I used fusible fleece for the inside of the coffin prop thing, and there was no I bound it, but flipping this bag inside out is really really hard because it has a very small opening. Like so the opening's like this and then the bag is long and whatever. So I thought for sure that the my front panel was going to wrinkle and it didn't. I'm actually quite surprised on that. I love stiff stuff. Karen, people are sleeping on that. That stuff is amazing from Lazy Girl Sew. It is easy to sew through and it gives you structure. And I think that's what I used for this. I used stiff stuff for this bag. You get the structure, and I use 2 layers of stiff stuff down here, and then 1 layer up here. I it's a weird product, and the more you like deep dive about it, the more you want to try it with every bag. Oh, I want to make Shannon's. I I want to make the Aries because I feel like Shannon's I think that's the most well-rounded bag to make because you learn how we can learn how to do an applique or use a magnet as well as it's minimal, but we're still doing some edge coating. I think because people want to learn how to do that. I think Shannon's bag is actually the best bag to teach out there right now because edge coating is such in high demand, but also how to make a smaller bag that is really domestic machine friendly. I know I have Heat and Bond too. I actually like Heat and Bond's fusible fleece. So mine's is Thermolam and then Heat and Bond, but the problem with Heat and Bond thermal fleece, it is only like 18 inches wide. I know I'm not doing a piece that's bigger than that, but still, I just feel like when you buy a roll, you're like, really? It's not folded in half. It's just okay. But Thermaland's my favorite. It's an oldie but goodie. It's thick, but I like the way it fuses better. I don't know. I do like regular fleece. I think that a lot it just shrinks so much. Like as soon as you spritz it with a little bit of water and you like adhere it, like there's some visible shrinkage and you're just like, well damn. You know what was crazy? So I had a half a yard of this, and when I tried to put the long johns in, I messed up one panel, so I had to cut another. When I adhered I used fusible fleece and the Lazy Girl sewed, so it can be hollow but soft. This vinyl shrunk. I've never had that happen. Like it literally shrunk. It was visibly 1/4 of an inch shorter all the way around than the main pattern piece. And I thought for sure this was going to shrink when I hit it with the iron. The vinyl shrunk. It was really I had to adjust. So like I didn't do a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I did a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, but still I was like, what? Hold on. Let me go back. Sewing retreat. Okay, hold on. You love foam. We love foam. Woo! Yeah, foam. Okay. Yeah, it wrinkles well. Decaville light wrinkles super weird. That's why I always tell people also to let it cure overnight because it has to adhere to the fabric so it can become one. But if we that it even says it on the fabric that you're supposed to let it cure for 30 to 45 minutes. But I know I don't. So just uh, so me and Karen are high-fi stiff stuff. Oh, does she use does Pink Pony have a thing where she uses like headliner foam like you can get from the boating and then you can put the netting and you can iron it on both sides? Cuz like there's a couple different tutorials I've seen like that. She uses Heat and Bond. Yes, I buy by Annie in bulk. but I go through a ridiculous amount of rolls. I do, again, I'm really quick to say do not get things because you think it's gonna have the same thing because I don't do that. Um, if you ask me, do I buy in bulk? Yes. Asking me how many rolls I buy a year, and you will hear me say 4 to 5 rolls because of how I sell bags, and I go through foam a lot. Like when I don't have foam, I have like a mini panic attack. Let's just throw it out like that. And how many rolls of Decaville Light? 3 to 4 rolls. Decaville Heavy, 2. And I also, when I get my Decaville Light, I usually get it from Cereal Bag Maker, but recently I've been getting it more from WayWack because one, I can get it in one day, and two, their price doesn't fluctuate. So overseas, when we get it from like Cereal Bag Maker or whatever, their pricing point is off of what is on the Dows that day. And if it's really low and their dollars are our dollars are worth more to them, then I tell people like get it while you can because like there it's a day-to-day thing for them. I prefer drop-in linings too. Yep, same thing. Foam and thermolam, Jenny. I cannot go without. Yes, I agree with you, Nikki. Not a threads. I think that like Shannon is a heavy hitter. Her patterns are they look like they're gonna take you a million years because they look like something that you would walk into like a store, see next to Louis Vuitton, Yves Saint Laurent, all that stuff. But she makes the pattern is very detailed because she literally walks you through it. And I think that is a like I told you, you're not just getting a bag, you're getting an education. You're getting a lot of tips that after you're done making this bag that you can utilize in your other bag making things to make your life a heck of a lot easier. 100%, I now make all of my slip pockets like from Shannon from the Gaia. Like I have always done that after that because it made more sense than birthing things and flipping things inside out. Just make one long piece, fold it in, bada bing, bada boom, you're done. And it looks really clean and it takes seconds compared to the other one. So like you live and you learn from different patterns and different designers so that way you can make the best bags to your capabilities and what you feel in your head is the best looking bag. What is what called again? Leslie. Okay, that's a interesting way to do it. I like that. You're right. When I did one something I quilted recently, I did foam, and then someone told me to use the Heat and Bond fusible fleece or Thermolam, and it does pucker up. It makes the quilting look even more puffier. And I was like, holy crud! I love when you learn like new little recipes in our world. Oh, thank you, Teresa. No, the this Beetlejuice one took me out of my ballpark, even though it shouldn't have been out of my ballpark zone because I love, all things Tim Burton or just whimsical stuff, as you see She-Ra behind me and Baby Yoda on my chest. I have a lot of toys. Yeah, fusible. Yeah, the Aries. Yeah. Um, you're right, Aries. That's the one I was gonna ask. Okay, so I was going to ask you, Shannon, but I wanted to, me and Sewing Room are gonna do another retreat. We want to do it in June 2024. We're in 23, right? Yeah. 20. Wait, hold on. We're in 2023. Okay, 24. I'm next year in June. We wanted to do it, and we I wanted to do a bag that I can teach because people are asking how to do the decorative magnets, and I wanted to do edge painting, and I thought the Aries would be an absolutely perfect bag for everyone to purchase the pattern, and then we can learn it over the weekend and take our time and have fun and use waterproof canvas, use vinyls, and all use it on domestic machines. I think I think your pattern that is like the perfect pattern to teach people because there's a lot of different skills that people learn from zipper tabs. And I love to this day your pocket styles and the folding little origami things is like it's chef kiss because like I'm telling you guys, just watch, just read her patterns, and even if you don't make it, which I hope you do make it, you'll learn stuff for future when you're future making bags. Like it will just like automatically become now part of your skill set. There's certain designers out there. All designers teach you stuff. I'm not going to take that away. Designers are amazing to me. They're like superheroes because they're teaching us different things. But there are certain designers that when they teach you something, they teach you a lifelong lesson in our field. And I feel like the Aries accomplish that because you get to learn a little. You're not edge coding like a vast amount of things. There's three things that you're edge coding, and you're learning some different skill sets that you probably are not familiar with, like with the zipper ends and how to like fold your fabric so that way you can get a nice crisp look on the outside, which this can translate into your everyday bag making as well. So that is a bag I think that people should definitely try and definitely buy the pattern so that you can read all the education on it. Yeah, it is an awesome pattern. You made 8? Dang, Nikki. I made like 6 and 5 sold. I wanted to make that's one of the patterns I wanted to make today, but the thing is that I take forever edge coding. So like if you take the class for me, the first we're probably going to do edge coding the first day. So it's like the bag itself to me doesn't take a whole lot of time, but I am one a messy edge coder. Two, I'm slow. Everyone's like, "Oh, Shelby, you so fast." If you watch me edge code, you'll be like, "Oh my god, one eternity later." Like really, Shinova? And why is half the edge coat all of your face and hands? I don't know. There's chaos in my method, okay? Yeah, that's one the guy is one of my favorites. Yeah, I think that would be awesome. It would be awesome if Shannon was there too. Just throwing it out there. I would probably forget. I'll be like, I can't teach this class because she's the one that created it. So that I will take a seat in the front row and ask a lot of questions. Yeah, like I like Decaville. Like I'm not gonna lie, for recessed zippers, I used to like Decaville Light. However, there's been a couple of people that have been coming out with recessed zippers that have no Decaville Light in it, Shannon, and lavender and twine, that I actually like the look of just vinyl or cork by itself because it gives it a real soft touch, but you still get that structure if you understitch instead of overstitch. Instead of top stitching and you understitch underneath the recessed zipper, then it like sits up there like a really good bra, just like holding them up. Just you're straight. Yeah, I like Neckaphone too. If your machine has a problem with Neckaphone, you could buy fusible try it's that try something, and you could fuse it on both sides if that's worst case scenario. Oh yeah. Hey Kindle, I need those pictures. Yeah, Thermolam is like a must for me. I always have it whenever there's a sale at Joann's for like Black Friday. I'm like, I'm buying 20. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Yes. Kendall got to work on the grill and he was literally excited yesterday about it. Okay. I know. But you know, I still ask. That's just who I am. Yeah. Oh my God. You already know I'm all about it. Like there's the origami folds. That's You need to have that in your table of contents. Okay, so this chapter we're learning about origami folds. Like seriously, it helps with the reduction of everything. Like it just I don't know, I like the corners. I'm all about nice crisp corners. Just like when you learn something, one thing and you apply it to everything. Like on the Georgia Girl Stitch. So once I had one pattern designer that said only top stitch from tab to tab and not across. And ever since I did that, I never have that weird bowed out things. It's always perfectly flat when I don't top stitch past the tab. So the zipper tab, like that, all I had to hear that was once, and I never had that issue again for the bag. So that's a great thing about designers is because they may come up with something that you have a problem with or mentally you don't like on your bag, and then now you got that education, you can progress forward with any other bag. Yes, I see. Delva, your Mayfield was knocked out of the park, gorgeous, and all your Tuesday totes have been really pretty. The Aries is like to me is like that is like the perfect everyday bag. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm like really bad with base coats. What I like about Mojo Sews is that she actually I don't have one right. Yeah, I do. She puts expiration dates on hers. Do I have this is no, that's the other one. She has an expiration date on hers. So I actually really appreciate that. And then also she helped somebody in the group because someone was like, oh, I think my thing's expired. She showed like she told them what to do with distilled water and all that. I was reading that like you can do that. And hers is going to be different, of course, than like bigger name brands because she's making them in house. So I don't know. I like the fact that's again why I like to buy from small businesses is because they'll reach out and help you when bigger businesses may take a little bit longer and you can get generic answers. But if you go in our group and you just like scroll down or go expired base coat or expired paint, there's a post and she like tells them what they can do to like revive their base coat. But yeah, I go through base coat a lot and I think there's like some kind of weird vortex in my house that like sucks all the ink out of my friction pens, my Tandy leather pens, and my base coat. Never my edge paints, but just the base coat. It's either that or I got a gremlin. I haven't figured it out yet. Yeah, I get oh man, dude, no, like glue is bad. Like so Kindle will sit there and talk to me like he's making dinner and I'm talking to him or whatever, and I'm like peeling glue off my hand and he's just like paint and glue. I even have certain clothes. Like if I wear certain t-shirts, next time I wear one, I'll tell you. If I wear certain shirts, that means I'm edge painting that day because it has a million different color edge paints and no matter how much I wash it, the paints don't come off. So I have like edge painting shirts and edge painting pants. Like if I know I'm going to be doing some painting today, that's what I'm going to wear. I should get remember those smocks that we had to wear in kindergarten when we were pasting. This is my edge painting smock. So I have accidentally super glued my finger with Gorilla Glue. That's why I don't do glue. No super glues, regular glues all day long. I mean, you can use when like yes, I would on home decor fabrics. I would like I said, this one. No, that one. This one's foam. I'm trying to think. I would. I would like so. This one is not foam. Like I said, this one is fleece with the stiff stuff in it. Two layers of stiff stuff down here and one layer in here. But the fusible fleece is just in the middle. It's and it's not wrinkling. I thought this was gonna wrinkle for sure when I turned it. I turned it out through the pocket too. I didn't want to have the lining thing. It was super lazy, but it looks good inside, so I'm okay. But yeah, there's no wrinkles. You have to birth this. There's no wrinkles. So I don't know. It also could be. I also love stiff stuff. I'm telling you, if you have an opportunity to get 1 yard or something, play around with it. It's really weird because when you get it, you're gonna be like, it's super flexible. It looks just like Pellon 71 or Pellon, whatever. It's just a very weird. There's nothing I can compare it to, but I do use it sometimes in lieu of foam because it's extremely light, like foam, versus Decaville light or heavy. Yeah, I also use the vinyl flooring things on the back of my purse feet. I figure if the foam is good enough for us to walk on. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the notification things is weird. I sometimes get notifications for other things, and I most of the time I don't. I don't know why. It's just YouTube being YouTube. If you actually, there's a couple. If you look at if you look at the Tuesday Tote compilation on Shannon's thing when she does her recess zipper, you can see, there's no Decaville light. There's a couple patterns that don't have it anymore, and it's pretty interesting that when they don't now, because at first I didn't think it was going to be that great, but it helps reduce a bulk. And also when you're turning it, it doesn't have this like rigid piece of material inside of it. So no detachable flaps. It's the best name ever. Sorry. Good morning. Huh. Julie, I definitely want to see what that's like. Yeah, Bob and Chicken is. I still don't know what bags I want. I want to make two fast bags today. That's my goal is to do two fast bags and then one tomorrow because I have to bag and tag, and then just the rest of the day just relax and decompress because I'm going to be setting up on Friday. So okay, that's good to know, Delva. Yeah, glue is definitely a necessity. I have glue everywhere. I have my glue collection is solid. I have a lot of glue. Yes, she has Mojo Sews is excellent customer service, beautiful colors, um, and she always has something new in the works. So you're always excited that she's bringing the next level thing that's coming out for Helping Hands helps. That thing helps. I was super excited about that, and I'm glad I got it in black. I wanted it in white so bad, but I was like, I will get paint literally all over it. But it would be cool if it was white and you use it like for neon colors and it's all like kind of like tight. Well, I'm messy. I'm not gonna lie. It's not gonna get wiped off. It's not. It's not. It's. Thank you. Yeah. I this will. I don't know why I didn't use it. Oh, I know. I was gonna use in a different bag. So instead of just like rolling it up, I was like, oh hey, let me try it on this Lola, and it worked. Yeah, I'm still thrown off that this vinyl shrunk when I put like I fused the inner feet like the fusible fleece to it though. I've never had vinyl shrink. Has anyone else have vinyl shrink? Or do you think it's because it's the faux suede? Maybe the backing is more of like a knit? I am not too sure why it shrunk. I was holding it up like this is yeah, so I had to wind up cutting everything down just a little. I just made all my seam allowance 3/8 of an inch versus one half of an inch because yeah, I'm still thrown off by that. I buy stiff stuff either from Amazon or you can buy it from Lazy Girl Sews. Okay, I might have to try the one from Home Depot. Stiff Stuff. Yeah. That's her brand. Now the company's, because she's no longer with us. I think it might be something to do with weather. I don't know. Tandy pins do not last. They like dry up, and same with my friction pins. And there's something else that, like, it's the base paints. I don't know why. Yes. I was like, I've never had that happen. This threw me off. And the thing is that I didn't have a big piece. I literally had half a yard. I was like, I was so I was so mad. I was so mad. But I do like how it came out. This is like the prettiest faux suede. This one's from Sally Tomatoes, and it is soft. It feels like it's suede. I mean, it feels like it's suede. It's really pretty. And when you if you lightly burn the edges, it has like it naturally goes to a darker gray, so it looks like you almost edge painted it. Like, so there's a lot of great qualities to it, except that it shrinks when you add heat to it. I just didn't expect that. But it turned out really good. I need to lint roll the heck out of this though. But other than that, yeah, I like Lazy Girl's thing because the bags always just pop back up too. Yeah, it threw me off. Yeah, for friction pins to me, and I always buy them because they come in like really pretty colors sometimes, and I'm just like, yeah. So I usually use big pins, and I just write on the outside where the seam allowance is, where you're not going to see it. But or pencils. I'm known for having pencils around. I like chalk pencils too, but sometimes it, like, shakes off fast. Yes. I did spray it. I sprayed it with a little bit of that flat soap, because I okay, so I know you're supposed to do it with water, but I'll do that. I know it's starch. Okay, but hear me out. It smells like pineapples. So I hit the steam, and then all of a sudden my room smells like pineapples all day. Yes, but just a pencil, you can erase it and just whatever. Just and then sometimes I like to write. So if anyone ever takes part of my bag, they're gonna see some weird stuff in the inside of my bag, like in the inside of this one, because I used a gray pencil, and so no, I was like, Shinova was here, like I put like 2023 or whatever. I don't know, because in the museums, for when you make a quilt, they tell you to write your name and write the date on it, right? So, like, about a couple years ago, I started writing on like inside the lining, or the inside the exterior piece, like the month and the year, and just my name, because this is how they find things out from quilts from like hundreds of years ago, because people did this. So I was like, why don't we do that as bag makers? Because I mean, anybody could rip off a label, a tag could get worn down. So I just or I'll write something silly like on for this one inside. I wrote inside, after I unsided this, I was like, never trust the living 2023. So yeah, I'm weird like that. It was just I don't know. Or like one of them, I did a Michael Meyer once, and I was like, help, help, 2021 or whatever. Like, so if someone ever like is like, oh, let me unpick the pocket, and they start looking inside, they'll be like, what the heck? Yeah, like, well, because that's what they do in quilts. Like, if you go to any quilt museum, they'll have like, oh, this person made this quilt here, and like for all over, like no matter what nationality, ethnicity, culture, or whatever, there are people that have been writing their names on quilts and dates. So we're able to like get some of our history from sewing. Like, there is even like this thing in one of the Smithsonian's out here about the flag. Like, when they were stitching the flag, they did like a stitch and code that everyone knew it was this person who was stitching it. Like, they had a signature stitch. So like I felt like, okay, well, if someone gets my bag and it's like 100 years from now, when they open it up, they'll be like, oh, that's a Nova, and she wrote something super weird in it. So like, um for the gremlin bag that I did for I did the Tuesday tote, I told the person not to feed the this bag after midnight. Do not get it wet and do not let it have direct sunlight. Nova 2023. Nobody's gonna be there. No one's gonna read it except me. But if anyone ever's like, "Oh, that's my bag," I'll be like, "Take it apart. I know what it says in the inside." Good. Shannon, that's what you're supposed to do because like this is like you never know where your bag's going to be 100 years from now and then your bag could be in like a Smithsonian and they could be like, "Oh, this is a Not a Threadco original, you know?" Yeah. I cried a lot while making this bag. 2023. Oh my god, no. I'm always if someone took apart my bag, they'll be like, "She does not cut threads like she tells us to do on her YouTube tutorials." They'll be like, "She uses a lot of glue and and she trims unevenly." And then she writes weird stuff in it. Like, so yeah, I have Don't Trust the Living is the one that I wrote for that one. I didn't write anything for the Ring of Power because I did not, it was, that's, I didn't know what quote to use. Like, there's so many cool quotes from the Ring of Power. I did not know what to use. So I, I just put Nova 2023. Yeah, just write something. Just write, just anything. Like, this is the Dalva original. Took me 18 hours or something. Like, this took me 1 minute, but I charged you 20 hours. They won't know. They won't know what's written there. Like, this is the year, I don't know. This is the year that I decided I'm not making any more bags. I don't know. Just have fun. Like, I did the Gremlins one. There's, I'm fairly certain there's a couple bags that have drawings or doodles on it because if I'm talking to someone and I'm not sewing, I'm usually doodling. So if you, there's some bags that probably have like a Shinova original doodle in it. As long as it's on the, if it's not, the ink's not going to seep through. Most of the time I'm with pencil, so it's not going to go through, then I'm fine. Oh my God. Yeah. Monica is so tidy with hers. Like, I'll be like, "Oh, you're giving me like making me feel like I need to get OCD or something because she's so good. Like when we do side by sides, like her bags are so unbelievably tidy, and I look like I am Edward Scissorhand trying to do ASL, trying to show you something. You're just like, no, you know, there's chaos in my work. That's just how it works. If it's tidy, I would tell you to run. Just run because something is not right. It is a clone. It is a Stepford Chinova. Just go. Hey, I'm glad that you got the channel. Oh my god, there's some I'm telling you, I cried. I literally cried with this stupid Elvira the first time and the second time. Now, my second one looks so much better than the first one I've ever made. But then I just went, okay, so the Elvira is a casket, right? And I was like, ooh, what if I put clear vinyl on top? And Kendall's like, you're morbid as hell, man. And he was like, but it will work. I was, why did I think this was a good thing to do? And I'm like, yeah, because I'm gonna bind it. Vinyl. So I had the clear vinyl, the frame that I made for the casket, which is vinyl, then the Beetlejuice fabric, that was vinyl. That's not including the interfacings and stabilizers or the lining pieces, because again, I'm binding. I cried. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. It was not my best moment. I did tell the, I think I wrote on that bag, like, this bag needs to die, like literally like 4 times. Oh, That's if you put your names on your quilt, do it on your bags. Just put it in the inside. Write on use pencil, so if you're worried about pen leaking through, use a pencil and just write something. Like, so if someone sees your bag from 100 years from now, they can get a sense of your personality and your personal like aesthetic and your art. Just have fun. Thank you. Yeah, no, inside of my bags are a hot mess though. Like, you'll be like, dang, Nova, you say cut your threads like 100 times in a video and you don't do it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm I I'm telling you not to follow me on this aspect. Oh wow, watch from Guam. That is so freaking cool. She is so clean. Her bags are so freaking clean. Like, I'm like, I can't with you. But she always is like, oh, you so fast. And it's not that. I just think that that's just part of like the chaos that's me. Like, I get really amped up about something and I won't walk away until I'm finished. I don't know how to walk away. So I'll be like, yes. Because Kendall was like, Shanova, your Beetlejuice bag is taking you some time. And I'm like, yes, yes, it is. And if you, originally wanted all spikes all down this, but then I only had like 10 spikes. So yeah, I still feel like a kid's gonna run into this. I don't know. I don't know. They're pointy, and then I do like this. Like I said, the sandworms on the bottom, last minute decision. I'm like, there's this thing like, okay, so in testing, there's only one time I feel like not pressure, but I don't want to say ancient, like anxious. So like every designer, they have this post where they're like, show us what kind of fabric you're going to create your bag with. If all the designers got together that I test for, they will be like, Shanova never, Shanova, 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 Nova's never does a testing, because I literally don't know what I'm going to sew with until I grab your pattern and cut it out and get stuff. I am I am chaos. Like, I'll get fabric and then I don't think about it until that day and I start making it the minute I do it. That's I always think it's cool when I see people like, I'm doing this color with this color. I'm just like, how the hell do you guys do that? First of all, I don't know all my fabrics. Second of all, the ones that I do know, most likely I use, so I don't have them anymore. And it happens in the moment. And that's the same thing when writing inside my bags. There's no like, oh, this is because I love you, June 2023 Nova. It's usually something really like warped or something from I'm making. Like if it's a supernatural quote or Baby Yoda or whatever I'm doing, it's a quote off of that. And then sometimes it's like the coffin where I'm like, I wish this bag would die. Oh my god, I hate that bag, but I love it. You'll see it tomorrow. So I hate love it. And I didn't know you can do that with a bag. But I did. Yeah, and I'm not a neat sewer. I'm just not. I cut everything. I cry with every bag. Christine, I think every one of us do, because like we have this imagination, this picture in our head of what the bag is going to look like. And if it exceeds it, you cry. If it goes beneath it, you cry. I think crying is just a part of bag making, just like a seam ripper is, or, accidentally spilling blood over your bag because you cut your finger with a seam ripper. That has happened way too many times. Or I'm tying a thread for somebody and the needle goes magically into my wrist. So I'm still trying to figure out that was, but at least you guys got to see that I wasn't like joshing about my chaos. Yeah, it's pretty much a part of who I am. But yeah, just have fun with your bags and definitely put your name somewhere in it. Even if you put a tag on it, just like write your name in pencil so it doesn't bleed through on anything. You just never know where your bag's going to end up like 50 years from now. You don't know anything. What if one of you guys are the next like Betsy Johnson of bags, or Salvatore Ferragamo, like, and these are your original pieces. So you never know. Think about it like the the lady that does all the outfits for Star Trek Discovery, she also makes like the bags and the utility belts things that they wear, and the original ones go on eBay or different auctions for like thousands and thousands of dollars. You never know where you're going to end up. So just put that little carbon footprint of your name somewhere. Yeah, I can't live without my Stan Reaper too. I can't live without my stiletto because my finger would have been underneath my sewing machine like 100 times over if I didn't have it. So I'm gonna drink some coffee and then I'm going to be hopping on to Patreon doing live at around 10:30 so we can discuss what bags we're gonna make. Okay, you'd be like, no, I don't know if you want to be like him, Van Gogh. Van Gogh has like, I don't know, his art is absolutely gorgeous and the experience was great, but man, that man suffered. Kendall has like 5 bags for me, 2 of them leather. The leather ones he used the most. He always asked me to make something like wild out, and I'm like, I don't want to make that one. Like, thank you so much. Yeah, you can have that too. You can have bags that are gonna sell. I don't know. That's a weird experience. Yes. I don't know. Can't no, your bags are gonna sell awesome now, and then people are gonna like see him 100 years from now and be like, that's a Dalfa original. And they're gonna have the hand gestures. It's important. That's how you know you made it. So, all right. I hope everyone has a really good day, and I will talk to you guys all tomorrow, and hopefully I'll show you 2 new bags. Bye. Are you okay?